That's just everything we want to be doing in life. We get to play Howling Brave on 1. You get to play turn 2 Lanupaw site. Just start drawing all the cards. Yeah, and like, I pull the visual deck list down when we're like playing around in the deck editor, right? Alright, so 10 out of 10 playing this, getting our second Sapphire here. And then Lanupaw site is basically a delayed draw 3. The next action, resource, and troop in our deck gain the line of text when you play this draw card. So if we can survive whatever initial onslaught our opponent is allowed to do, we can probably bury them with cards from this. I do need a second Sapphire at some point here for these Skyshapers. Turn 2 Windsinger here. Yep. Ah, this makes me feel at home. Windingers versus Spell Shield Rune Ears. God bless. Yeah, look at that. When does Windsinger draw a card? Whenever it's on your opponent's side of the board, that's when. That's when it draws cards. Alright, show me a Sapphire Shard. Wow, what a tilt. What a T-I-L-T. Well, let's pass the turn, I suppose. Hopefully, my opponent runs this Windsinger headlong into this Brown Fox Scout. Spell Shield double damage runer. That sounds gross. Man, what a monster. This card's drawn cards 3 out of... So whenever they gain a wild threshold, if the top card of their deck is a troop, they draw it. This thing just like drawn cards 3 out of 5 times now. Wow, so good. Imagine if they were down to 2 cards in their hand. Hey, Maddie. We dying, Maddie. We dying here. This card's gonna eat a Howling Brave. Please, for the love of God, attack this 2-2 into my Brown Fox Scout. Oh, geez, he's gonna draw another card? Oh, God bless. Damn it. Alright, well, we'll transmog that because we have to. Have a Stalagabage, friend. God. Maybe their hand is all bricks. Maybe these were the troops that they were drawing. Maybe their hand is all bricks. I can believe, right? If we would have drawn a Sapphire Shard there, we would have gotten to draw a card off the Sapphire Shard and then deny that and just like not care about what they're doing. Unfortunately, we bricked a little bit there. So Lullaby sounds excellent. Mass Poly Dingler sounds excellent. Almost certainly don't want Verdict of the Ancient Kings against the mono wild deck. Typhoon Skyshaper seems a little bit clunky and slow. Their troops are often going to be... I feel like in matchups where this can't be eating troops when they're attacking, we probably want to board some of them out. Honestly, I might just want to cut all of them. That's probably fine. It's okay with deny. I'm going to cut one more and bring in a Turbulence. Turbulence is good when we're jumping their troops. Karn's probably good too. I guess that's fair. It kills their Windingers. The problem with Karn is that, like, I don't know if I buy that Karn is good, right? Like, I think I'd rather just have a Turbulence, honestly. Like, the fact that their Rune Ears are almost certainly Spell Shield means Karn's not killing those. So, like, the only card Karn kills that we care about is Windsinger, and even then we only have a small window for it to work. That auto-updating deck list. God bless technology. It seems like super medium. Like, I just like keep this and like plan to be a bad control deck this game. Yeah, let's give it a try. It eats Howling Brave, but like eating Howling Brave isn't something you really want to be doing with your life. Like, these are like past turn like 2 or 3, these are basically mulligans for them. Okay, now they're gonna like Rune Ear me on 2 under this deny, and we're just like gonna want to find the tallest building and pitch ourselves off of it. God bless, no powerful play here. They could have Windsinger, I suppose. Good, sweet. Yeah, look at these Howling Brave. See, like this hand. Like, why would I want to Karn one of these like cards? Just like, yeah, sure. So they got a bunch of resources here. This is fine. Okay, we have the deny. We've yet to draw a non-shard. You know, things are going just as planned here. Opponent's only gonna have 1 payoff card. We're gonna like smack it, talk to the hand, like smack him in the face. Yeah, sure, but like if their Windsinger's out, you're losing the game anyways. So like, what's going on? No payoff? Wow, just straight no payoff, or they don't have a payoff that they want to play into this tonight. At some point, we will draw a non-shard, and then we will play a threat that can block these Rune Ears. But for now, we pass. I'm just gonna like die in 6 more turns with like the Howling Brave beats here. The sickest of Howling Brave beats. Yeah, they almost certainly have a threat, and they're just like not playing into the obvious interrupt. My Kingdom for a Brown Fox Scout. Unfortunately, we can't play this turn because we do need to keep holding this deny up, so we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. The little bit of flood that we're having here means we're on track to just like mass poly Dingler them on turn 8. So this turns every troop they have in play and their hand into 0/1 idiots. So, you know, God bless. What's the ideal sequence here? We draw a card, we Lanupaw Sight, and there's a Brown Fox Scout on top of our deck. That would be sweet. Man, look at what a big idiot. Yeah! Sometimes you gotta take your called shots, folks. Sometimes you just gotta call your shots. You gotta will it to the top of your deck. And when this enters play, it'll make this deny cheaper. So we'll still be able to play deny with this Brown Fox Scout. Oh yeah, Chlorophylia, you do you. And this bad boy here draws a card because it's this is my favorite Hex card for reference. Just love this card. Love the design. Love the power level. All right. Rawr. Eat this idiot. Balthazar into this deny. Oh, here's my no button. And we got a champ power out of it. So Balthazar lets them draw cards and gain life equal to the power or toughness among troops they control. So that's why they ran that in there. It's going to play that out there and then play this. I think I'm just passing the turn here. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm going to leave this up so they can't attack with these. You got like more draws in the bank here. Our champion power is a little anemic in games like this, which kind of sucks, but not the end of the world. We do have a turbulence in hand, so that means our first champ power is going to get to jump something. Yeah, that's fine. And they are actually on empty here now, so that means we get to lullaby this champ power attack, and then on our turn, we can champ power plus turbulence to kill this. So not only does Lullaby revert it, but it prevents all combat damage that's going to get dealt by it this turn. So now we'll go ahead and champ power this to give it flight. And we'll say destroy target troop with flight. This turbulence also has draw a card attached to it. Up, up, and away! Let's find a deny here. Lock this game up. Find the deny, have a Brown Fox Scout on top, just like have all the things that we could ever want in life. Ooh, a resource that draws 2 cards, sure. Grab a diamond threshold because our life's like a diamond. Oh no! Oh no! There was a brown fox. Oh, there's another brown fox scout here? Deal. Deal, don't mind if it is. It's always sad, like, drawing one, but then there's another one on top of my deck, so now I'm less sad. You know, it's the little things. It's the little things. Yeah, that's fine. Tradesies. Tradesies! Go ahead. My Coyotle's better than your Coyotle. This one draws a card. Yeah! Alright, got him. Yeah, I think I like how we boarded. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit submit here. The turbulences were a little awkward there, but we had plenty of charges, so they're probably fine. Hope everyone's having a swell Thursday. Got some sweet Hex TCG action coming up this weekend. The Clash 1K series kicked off, so if you're into playing Hex and possibly making some money while you do it, you should definitely check those out. I will be battling on Sunday for sure, 10 out of 10. This Sunday and every Sunday for the foreseeable future. Oh, this limited format's been pretty good to me so far. We are playing some Constructed today here on stream. We're going to play Rocket Rabbit for a little while, farm my last few Immortal tickets that I need, and then I've got a control deck that Ace has been working on that I want to give a try in Standard. I'm not wearing pants. Yeah, I don't tend to stream the Clash events, so 10 out of 10 not wearing pants. This hand is a wild shard on one away from the nuts, and even if we miss the wild shard on one, we just get to like focus into Focus Brave. So if their hand's a little bit aggressive, God, has he played Howling Brave on one all 3 games? Just like, this is like the definition of this card, right? Like, when do they have Howling Brave on one? When it's your opponent. When does Windsinger draw cards? When it's not you. Alright, so we were one card off of getting the Howling Bluegrass planes and having this hand be insane. How many tickets am I at? I think I'm at like 17 or 18. We're going to play 3 or 4 matches with this deck at least, though. Hopefully grab the last of the tickets I need. Oh, there's their Spell Shield Hierophant. Remember that time we couldn't win the game anymore? Pepperidge Farm remembers. They had their turn 2 Rune Ear Hierophant. I'm not going to have mine till turn 3. What a beating. Your Transmog's always to see. You understand, Marty. You understand. Really need to find our Lullaby here sometime soon. Oh no! Oh no! I liked my Howling Brave. Attack us for 4 here. Get a Rhino. So this hits us, which makes a Rhino, which starts snowballing. Man, our opponent was the first one to get to start making Rhinos. What a sad day. Alright, so we're going to put our rabbit on the table here, and then hopefully this Focus deck turn is going to find one of our Lullabies. I might even want a 3rd Lullaby on the board, honestly, for these Rune Ear Mirrors. It's a pretty important card for swinging them. And they get under you like this is one of your best answers. 2nd Rune Ear. Wild Root. Where did this card come from? Oh, they're just playing this card? Sure. Ooh. Ooh. That could swing it, boys and girls. Yeah, I'm gonna put another Lullaby in our reserves, 10 out of 10. Would really like... I could see taking the Brown Fox out there too. Would really like just access to like double Lullabies in these games. So let's jump our rabbit here. Let's go ahead and attack with this. How does it feel to be such a filthy lucker? I mean, the only answer is good, right? Feels great to be such a filthy lucker. Great. Lullaby also notably reverts the troops that you're lullabying, so this is going to turn back into a baby Rune Ear Hierophant here. So not only am I going to lullaby here, but I'm going to transmog this post-combat, so that way if they have a resource, they can't start making their things bigger again here. Because that's whenever they play a resource into their troop that they control gets +2/+2 permanently, so we're just going to, like, nip that right in the butt. Why haven't we mogged the Brave yet? Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, now we're going to mog the Brave. Now we're 10 out of 10 going to mog the Brave. Our life's like a diamond. Bum bum ba dum bum. Alright, if they don't have a lullaby here, they're in trouble. It seems like they're auto-passing too. Oh, baby. Yeah, we want a third lullaby in there. Honestly, we might even want the full 4 lullabies in the reserves. Just like, you see how hard that card swung this game? You like we went from like couldn't win to like in a reasonable position here. We want to draw a shard here so we can jump this rabbit again and make another rhino ideally. So we need another charge power here. You gonna crack me? I'm not dead, right? Yeah, you can put me to exactly 1 here. I could like trade, jump. Maybe they're supposed to alpha here. Weird. Okay. And we're 10 out of 10 trading those, right? There's that shard that we're looking for, so we can jump our rabbit here again. Into a Typhoon Skyshaper. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's jump this. Makes a rhino, pass the turn. We are 1 short on playing this, unfortunately. It takes 4 with mobilize, and this makes 1, and then mobilize will bring us up to 5. Okay, so they have access to 4 resources this turn. Man, that's clucked up. So that makes this a 4/4. They're going to kill that one, sure. And they gain a bunch of life. Are they attacking? Are they trading this for these 2 for 5 points of damage? They're okay with that trade. Am I supposed to do this? Is the question. Alternatively, I could do this. That seems worse. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to do this. Really need another lullaby here. That could be anything, even a lullaby. Turbulence. Awkward. Am I just playing this? What does playing this do for me? I think we're just dead here. I think the line here is like draw the lullaby, right? I think I have to do this. That doesn't draw a card, unfortunately. Yeah. Yep, we're pretty dead. Good. Well played by the opponent. Let's adjust the reserves here a little bit so that matchup feels a little... So that can feel a little bit more reasonable here. Let's get some more lullabies in here. I think I just want the full boat of lullabies. Cut this? Yeah, I'll cut a crow feather. I just want the full suite in there. Turbulence is in our deck for killing our opponent's troops. Nope, I want the Immortal cube. Boris Blastforge can target any troop on the board, so you can give your opponent's troops flight and then turbulence them. Hey, coach. Dread End as a sweeper. Nope, I don't think so. Dread End would not have helped us really that game. We'd have, like, just both had nothing, and then our opponent would have had a bunch of cards in their hand, and we were at a low life total for a lot of that. I think I'd rather just have, like, Lullabies and Mass Polydinglers. Another matchup where Lullaby's kind of decent. Urgnok here. Are Crocs okay in Immortal? No idea. Well, no one really... Any conjectures about what the format's going to look like outside of there's probably some Majesty decks and then, like, standard staples? No one really knows what the good decks are yet. Once we have, like, the Ruby Cup and then the first Immortal Championship, we'll kind of have a little bit better basis of, like, what's popular and what's doing well. Hand doesn't have Sapphire, but has a turn to Rune Ear Hierophant, so sign me up, I guess. So Urgnok is a 17 health champion that says, for 2 charges, give one of your troops +1 power permanently. They play a ton of 1-drop threats. This is actually a deck that I wrote about on... Hex Primal last week? This week? When did it go? All the articles blur. It actually went up this week, right? I wrote it 2 weeks ago, so... Oh no! Oh no, he burned the Brave! I guess that's technically better for us than Scorch, but... Now we in trouble. So this card, every time it attacks, it gets +1 power permanently. And when it attacks, it gives a plus power equal to its power. God! Oh, we're so dead. Just Brown Fox Scout flips over to let us know that the top card of our deck is not something that's going to help us. Alright. Let's cut some of this top end here. Cut the denies. Probably cut the turbulence. Bring in the lullabies and the mother cluckers and the Karns. Leave this other Skyshaper in. Sure. Give it a go. We're gonna go first this time. This hand's, like, not exciting, but it's probably fine. It's got an X-Mog into a Verdict. I mean, Skyshaper's a 4-drop, Maddie. Like, we can curve this Rune Ear into this Skyshaper. Does the list need more resources? I mean, we're on 23 resources, 4 Howling Braves, and 4 Focus, so I'd assume not. You're going to flood a lot if you play more than, like, 27 resources in your deck. I don't know. This feels like a trap. Not sure if you've played the Crow... Wait, that's gotta be... That's a bug if that's the case. HD. It's not supposed to... It doesn't say revert on the card. It's just supposed to transform it. It didn't used to do that. Possibly. I mean, like, you're also, like, being results-based, right? Like, you saw us keep 2 shards on the draw and then, like, miss our 3rd shard, and everyone's immediately like, oh god, do we need more resources in our deck? No, the 27 resource deck with 4 1-cost cantrips is probably fine. Just, like, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume it's probably fine. There's a very real cost to playing slow shards. Quit Skype, so that keeps coming up in my ear. I think Matt, the resources in this deck were always greedy in the prior seasons. I think playing some amount of slow shards is correct. Like, even with the threshold base that I'm playing right now, I only have 17 Sapphire in the deck. And if I cut slow shards, I'm gonna go to, I think it's like 14 and 16 on the resource bases, which is like really ambitious. Like even here, like what, I'm gonna cut that dual shard? What if that dual shard was a Sapphire? Like this hand's unkeepable. I'm only playing 2 slow shards, but I think the resource base was greedy before. I'm aware that he can burn it, but we don't have another play this turn, and I'm like sitting there doing nothing is not a winning play. I'm aware, like, that I made this play assuming this could die to a burn. Like, that's just the world we're living in. I'm gonna play, am I gonna play the second one out here? No, I mean, what if, like, that slow shard that I had on one was just a Sapphire Shard? We wouldn't have any wild in this hand. So he hasn't emptied his hand yet, which means almost certainly has more pieces of removal in here. We're dying very quickly here, but... Oh, yeah. Oh, watch it just be like double Crushing Blow and we die. Ah, God! Oh, God. So this card gets +3/+3 when you have no cards in hand, for those wondering. Alright, come on. Come on, Wild Threshold. Come on, Wild Threshold. That is technically what I asked for. That is technically what I asked for. God bless. Oh, this says 5 toughness now. Huh. God, we're so dead. We're so dead. This deck might not be good enough in this format. Like, no joke. Like, the busted things this deck is doing probably aren't good enough to keep up with what the rest of the format has going on. Yep, keepable hand. Have I considered winning? Our deck is bad. You're not wrong. This deck seems terrible. You won't know unless you try, right? This'll be the right. If we can't just like curb stomp someone playing Winter Moon with our tempo deck, we're just like done. We're hanging it up. If we lose this match, we're done playing games with this deck. And we're gonna move on to something else. Maybe we'll play a different Immortal deck for a little while, but 10 out of 10 done with this deck if we lose this match. My build is atrocious. What different cards would you be playing over cards we have cards we're drawing that like would have improved the matchups that we're losing? I agree that the first matchup we lost was close, right? But the second matchup is just like this deck having an inconsistent resource base, and like you're like advertising like making our resource base even less consistent. Opponent's playing some kind of strange combo deck. Yeah, feel free to post your current list, Maddie, but I don't feel like it's doing anything that's solving anything. And, like, your list had, like, main deck Wakuna Crow Feathers and a more greedy resource base than what I'm playing. So, like, we lost last game due to a lack of resource consistency, and then Wakuna Crow Feather wouldn't have solved any of the problems we have so far, so... Let's play this and hopefully draw some interaction here. Ooh, that's really good. Competitive Pokemon is like the STD of competitive TCGs. It's just like miserable, and apparently everyone knows it's miserable, and no one that can do anything cares about it. So probably done playing Pokemon because can't play it competitively, so like don't have a drive to play it. And Magic's formats aren't particularly exciting or interesting right now. It's a real shame that Pokemon's competitive gameplay is awful because, like, as a game, the gameplay in Pokemon is fantastic, but, like, yeah, her competitive stuff is real bad. Like, really, really bad. Oh no, talk about 4-Bay deck lullabies. 4 Lanupaw Sight is a joke. I mean, I think Lanupaw Sight is a way better card for grinding advantage than Crowfeather is. We're getting Avid Mind Sensor in Standard, right? I loved the slew of people on Twitter that were acting like there could be any reason for Avid Mind Sensor being... I loved there were a bunch of people on Twitter that were acting like there could be any reason other than a cash grab for that card being rare. Just like, well, maybe they don't want to mess up all the search effects in their limited environment. Your limited environment probably doesn't have a bunch of search effects. This card is probably suspect. Why is competitive Pokemon such an STD? Go ahead and read that. Give it a thorough once over. Give it a thorough once over. I actually got a short blog post partially written about like why I'm moving back from less competitive Magic stuff. Need to finish that up. All right, sing a song. Do 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 do. Like honestly, like I've enjoyed Hex's gameplay more than Magic's gameplay for the better part of the last year, and like the fact that like Hex has like gone above and beyond and given us regular competitive tournaments now, like can like satisfy that competitive itch for me as well. So like there's just like nothing it's doing. There's nothing Magic's doing now that Hex isn't. Like, I want to know, like, the invocations are, like, such a big example of, like, Wasi just not getting it. Like, who looked at these things and decided, you know what? We don't need to sample these with actual players, right? Like... Hey, Gym Class Hero. Another Mind Call, sure. We're sitting on, like, double deny Transmog here, so... This game's probably over. Counter your combo piece. So my opponent's playing a combo deck based around this card. Hex isn't making a legible card, so they're worse at that than Magic. Fair. She's going to go ahead and blast off this Coral Cove Witch here. And then she's going to experience some turbulence during her flight. I'm just going to play this Lanupaw Sight out here. There honestly might be a world where I'm probably just supposed to, like, hold Deny plus Transmog here, right? In case they, like, monk into a counterspell. That's probably what's supposed to happen here. I guess we could theoretically die, right? Deny is worse than Counter Magic in this deck. If Counter Magic is playable main deck interaction, I'm expecting Counter Magic to be too slow on average in Immortal. That's my TLDR. This is much faster. This allows you to get pressure on the table while also interrupting them. Syzygy, sure. So their last card is Lullaby, and they are dead to this Deny. And that Deny. Alright, so we're getting to beat the Wintermoon deck, sure. Good. Look at that. We're not gonna 0-3, hopefully. I guess we could still lose to the next two, right? Shouldn't talk so soon. This Turbulence is probably worse than, like, anything else. Yep. Transmog can take their monk out at instant speed, which is okay. It seems great. We got a brown fox scout here to play on too. Mass poly Dingler's got to be way too slow, right? Like by the time they play the monk, they should be comboing, correct? At least that's what it feels like to me. You have 0 Dingle on our 75. That seems kind of loose. I mean, like, what is... We already have, like, a ton of interaction. Like, we want Dingle for, like, clam bakes. Might as well just, like, transmog those. But maybe we just can't beat random 9/9, so that's not good enough. Like, they're not casting Walking Calamity till late. Yeah, I should have eaten that. I should just flash that in before blocks and eaten that. So these are famous last words, but I feel like there's a very low probability we die next turn, so I'm gonna play this Rune Ear Hierophant out. Man, that's rude. We could die next turn. Because this witch means we could die next turn. I'm going to play this. We need pressure. It's just... Alright, kill me, opponent. They flashed into block. Why didn't we? Exactly. Oh, jeez. Look at the horrible mistake I've made. I don't have a Coyote anymore because this died. So this can't make Sapphire next turn. Whoops. Whoops. And I can't jump my rabbit either. God, what a big dumb stupid I am. Yeah, you're not wrong, Seal. It's like, and like, the scam concession is like, that's like a player thing, not a rules thing. Like, the judges didn't have it. The judges could have handled it better, I feel like. But, like, the biggest problem is, like, the legal stalling that Pokemon allows is unreal. Just, unreal is the only word I can way to describe it. Like, as someone who's played a lot of competitive Magic, like, that's unreal. This is a little risky. Maybe we should. We got the shard. Say there's might be worth just waiting on that, but yeah, like so honestly, and like people are asking me like what I expected from that situation. The expected outcome there should have been that if double game losses should have canceled each other out. If you genuinely don't think like my opponent said I conceded while I had them dead on board, and like sure, if you're gonna do a he said thing and you don't want to pick favorites, that's fine, but like we should have We should have, like, just played 2 more games. It shouldn't have been matches over. It should have been, well, you're going to have to win 2 games from here. Yeah, right? Just so much of it is asinine. Man, these 2/4s are, like, really good against our 3/3s, huh? We really want to draw a shard next turn so we can jump this again and play a sight while holding up deny. Correct, yeah, exactly. That's exactly correct. And there's like, I feel like when I sat down to play the match too, the kid was like, I've been playing competitive Pokemon for a decade or whatever. I was like, when that result happened, I was like, there's no way he didn't know the result of this was double game loss. There's just like 0% he didn't know that he was getting a win by scumming me. Guess he knew the rule was jacked up or whatnot. Alright, so we don't have a deny here, so I'm just going to jam these and hopefully we can find one next turn. Kill me. Yeah, didn't die. Alright, draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. Now we can hold up a Transmogrifade, possibly. I want to do this. I feel like I want to do this. There's the lullaby, yep. Sure. So we have plenty of charges to start jumping these rabbits again. So we can make some more rhinos here. Why are our troops so sleepy? Shh. Shh. Hey, Maddie, if you're on Discord, can you link your, if you haven't already, can you link your current Rocket Rabbit list that you're convinced is better? It's pretty. Let's lead on this here, this big bad Windsinger. Let's go ahead and say you can fly. And then I'm going to smash with the flying Rune Ear and these rhinos. These rhinos got crushed too for some reason. Oh, I just clicked in the wrong order, didn't I? Whoopsie. We could have killed this Thunderfields here. We didn't, because I'm an idiot. I would like to draw a card. Thank you. Oh, look, they drew extra cards. Yeah, I would love to draw some cards. So this card, in addition to giving our resources back on our opponent's turn, whenever they draw a card, we draw a card. Sounds great. Sign me up. Turn this into something marginally worse here, hopefully. Bury the top 2 cards. That's excellent for us. Alright, let's play this. Play the Crow Dad out here. Alpha. Hopefully this Verdict is lethal then. Stop it. Correct. Magic's tournament rules are fantastic. It's just the problem is the rest of Magic right now is thoroughly medium. All right, how many tickets are we at? We're at 18 Hex Primal tickets. Let's take a look at this deck list here. Correct. The coverage at the Pokemon tournament was fantastic. I agree with that. I went back to Yu-Gi-Oh because I'm an idiot. Yeah, Magic's like... I've been enjoying Legacy a lot, which I know if people that have followed me for Magic for a long time will find that ironic. But like, I haven't been enjoying Modern recently, and Standard's been bad for a while. Alright, what does he got here? Oh, Maddie's got main deck lullabies. That's cute. Yeah, exactly, like, if you can play it. So, like, there's a Legacy 1K that's 2 hours for me next month that I might go play, but other than that, it's like, eh. So, he's only on 2 site. He's got a Greenpaw. I like the idea of Greenpaw. I'm going to be talked into one less site in the main deck. I like the idea of a Greenpaw. I'm going to trim a Shaper. I don't know if Shaper's better or worse than Windsinger. I like the idea of some main deck lullabies. That sounds great. And he's got all 4 Turbulence in the reserves. Okay, I could buy that. This isn't that far off of what we're doing. Oh, you've got Vine Lashes in your main. I think I'd rather have Turbulence in the main over Vine Lash. Crowdad seems real slow for the format. So I've got 2 slots. I'm just going to leave my site in the main. Showing the prize cards is useful because when you're playing a game of Pokemon, generally you can deduce which cards you have that are prized, and it's relevant. In Pokemon, you see so many cards per game that knowing which of your 1 and 2 ofs are prized is actually pretty big. Skyshaper actually seems really good with Greenpaw, right? Like, this is definitely a combo. Like, you could bounce your Greenpaw back to your hand. I'm gonna put second Greenpaw in the reserves for now. Someone earlier mentioned a Dingle. Let's put one of those on the board. Call it a day. Get some more games in. Nope, I want the Immortal queue. Yeah, the Greenpaw makes 2 other troops when it comes into play, so, like, it grows your Rune Ear Hierophant 3x, which seems very reasonable. I like having slightly more quick troops, so that way we can not only be tricksy with our bonuses on our Rune Ear Hierophants, but also make our denies a little bit better. While I wait for the queue here to fire, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Thursday here with us while we battle some Hex TCG. My name is Jeff Hoagland, and I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your day here with us. If you're enjoying what you see, I'd encourage you to show a little support by using that follow button there on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps other people find my work. The absolute best way you can support my content, though, is if you're really enjoying it and want to help me make more of it, is to subscribe on Twitch for $4.99 a month or become a patron on Patreon for varying amounts. You can also support my content by supporting our sponsor here, hexprimal.com. You can get 5% off of any Hex TCG cards you order from there with the code Jeff5, and you'll support my content while doing so. This hand seems fine. We've got, like, Brave into Focus. Like, if we're real lucky and, like, draw Rune Ear on 2, we just get to, like, turn 2 Rune Ear 'em. Another Winter Moon player here. Yes, it is Hoagland. Yep. Long O sound. It's funny. I'll never forget the first time I told I told Cedric Phillips how my name was pronounced. He looked at me and he goes, "Oh, that ship has sailed." Knife Cat feels unloved. Poor Knife Cat. You know, I keep like meaning to go back and play more Skyrim, but like Hex's every one of Hex's formats is so excellent right now. I don't feel like I have enough time to do things that aren't. What punishment? Play the slow shard because the only possible 2-drop that punishes us is this one, and then like get that 2-drop off the focus. What a beating. Maddie's just like sitting in his chair cackling about this slow shard right now. Like now just like everything's a turn behind. Like if I would have played this last turn, I could mobilize a Skyshaper or play Sight this turn. I think I'm going to stick Sight here just to try and start generating some advantage. Oh yeah, I've tricked almost everyone into playing Kiki Cord at least once or twice in their life. That deck's a gas. It's a lot of fun. Through my chair, through the TV. Alright, so this opponent looks like they're playing probably a more control-based Wintermoon deck as opposed to, ooh, who doesn't love a Brown Fox Scouty on top of the deck? And we can actually make this deny free next turn because we can Brown Fox Scout, Brown Fox Scout. Alright, play him a quick troop. Draw a card. Do you want to fight over this? Oh, and you know what's great about... Actually, you know what's great about Typhoon Skyshaper in this deck? Typhoon Skyshaper can return your prophesized troops to your hand, and then you can replay them and draw more cards. I own Kiki Cord. Don't feel bad, Swag Daddy. I own Kiki Cord too. The deck is a lot of fun to play. But it's like, as far as modern decks go, like, let's all be honest here. It's kind of medium compared to a lot of decks in modern, right? Like, that's just... God, and the second slow shard is a beating too? Oh, what a joke. What a yoke and a yoke and a yoke. Maybe we'll go down to one slow shard. What's the reason for Typhoon? Typhoon's, it's another Coyotal to enable our Racial Shard. It's also a quick troop that works well with Deny. Check out that for standard deck, Snipe. I keep that up to date. I think I updated it like a week or so ago. Might be 2 weeks at this point, but it's for the current constructed format. Yeah, I think only some of like the really high-end cards that rotate out of standard have dropped, right? It's like Vampire Kings. Yeah, I mean, that build is great. I think. Oh, you know what? I am going to Skyshaper in response to this one, so his denies aren't free here. Because right now he's at 1 troop enter. And now we're going to return this Brown Fox Scout to our hand, because this Brown Fox Scout says when we play it, draw a card, so we basically can't trip this. There's actually a pretty good three shard control deck based around the champion Uzu right now. Just Maddie with the constant shade. There's a Realm Raiser in my box of Kiki cards. 10 out of 10 have registered Realm Raiser before. So sometimes the Realm just needs to be picked up. What can I say? So these are a little annoying because when these leave play, he draws a card. So, like, I really don't want to ship my Brown Fox out into 2 of these, but at the same time, like, these are just, like, gonna... the illusion of choice here. These are just, like, gonna brick wall me. Am I just, like, cracking with the squad here? Yeah, I feel like I'm just cracking with the squad here. Need to apply pressure. We get to play this Howling Brave. Oh, interesting. Okay, deal. So I get to play this Howling Brave here, and then next turn we can play this Brown Fox Scout plus this Deny. And that draws a card too. Excellent. So we've only got 3 cards in hand to their 5, but we're ahead on board, and both of these draw cards, which is pretty reasonable for us. And we're going to work on Ace, as someone that's on my Hex testing team, Hollowed Ace. He was lurking here in chat earlier. We're going to play a Blood Diamond control deck in Standard. I think after this match, we've been playing for about an hour. I found that my YouTube archives are a little bit more digestible for people if I break up the matches in like about an hour or so per deck. It also keeps the pace of the stream moving nicely to get a little bit of variety in our lives. So check this out. We'll play this, draw a card, and then we will deny this for 1 resource and draw a card. Because this is the nutso card that, like, draws cards every time we draw cards, so can't have any of that. We are... When it rains, it pours here a little bit, unfortunately. Action? Alright, that could be anything, even action. Okay, sure. Not particularly great in this control matchup. We theoretically have our opponent dead in 2, but they've got 4 cards in hand, and they missed a resource drop last turn, I think. I don't remember who was on the play this game. But they almost certainly are going to have stuff to do next turn. The 294 card Winter Moon deck you played earlier? Oh yeah, I missed it. Just shh. This is why chat is here. Chat, and remember, chat, there is no such thing as justice in the world, so we won that game anyways, but we did in fact miss the lethal with the turbulence. Lullaby probably isn't particularly good. Verdict of the Ancient Kings, I can only assume, is an ace. They've got Windsinger in their deck, so this one of Dingle's probably fine. Turbulence is probably less than stellar, even though it would have pushed lethal through that turn. Leave a couple of Transmogrifades in so we can tag Windsinger should he resolve. You're 10 out of 10 correct, chat. Whenever I'm an idiot like just happened, you should always call it out. We need to add more rockets. Don't worry, we're going to play... There's Immortal tournaments the next 2... Not this weekend, but next weekend and the weekend after. So we're going to be kicking up the amount of Immortal content I'm doing for the next 2 weeks for sure. We're still going to be playing some amount of Standard, because like I would like to stay in top 64 of the Standard ladder, but we're going to be playing a good bit of Immortal for sure. Yeah, it seems reasonable. Like, our opponent's not particularly aggressive. We get to go turn 1 Brave into turn 2 Lanupaw site. Yeah, I mean, I literally make the CCS smaller if I double queue, right? Like, they don't pass the invites down, so if I maintain a top 64 spot in Limited and Constructed, the tournament's just 1 player smaller. That's sweet. Didn't run into Verdict of the Ancient Kings there, which is good for us considering we don't have a lot going on right now. Oh, geez, are they going to miss their 3rd resource here? That would be so good for us. Stumble and die! Stumble and die! That's what I always love when people are like, good luck, and then shake my hand. It's like, you don't want me to be lucky. You want me to like miss my third resource and die. Like let's be completely honest here, right? Like if I miss my third resource and die, you wouldn't complain. Alright, let's pass the turn here. Not attacking into a brown fox scout also lets us hold up deny by having the brave here. Stack It itself is not something that I'm working on, Scaro. If Stack It isn't working on Windows for you, you should file a GitHub issue with their people. As far as the tool that I'm working on that integrates everything, it doesn't seem to like Windows at all, and I don't have a Windows computer to test on, and even when Maddie brought his over, I really wasn't able to get any useful information out of it. Sure, Marty. Yeah, exactly. But like when you're like playing for prizes, like, no, don't dingle me, bro. Don't do it. Have a heart. Have bricks. All the bricks. This is all I got. This is it. This is our one last shot. Well, your tool works for me. Excellent. That's good. It seems like I feel like the tool is like rolling dice or flipping coins or something when it's deciding if it's working for people or not. He's got 4 counters in hand and no resources. Yep. A Hex Primal poster he can spin. Look at how cheap these denies are until end of turn. Alrighty. Lanupaw's site. Yep. Let's see if they are able to get out from under their screw here. Start on a focus. Focus. Hey, look, a Rune Ear Hierophant. Don't mind if it does. So we play this, and then this is 5 resources. I'll play that out. I'm gonna offer the trade for the Shroom Pin on the Brown Fox Scout, but you had to change it to localhost. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've told anyone to try that yet. Maddie, if you're at your computer, you should give that a go. And if that's the case, localhost will work on Linux. It's just, you know, Windows should recognize 127.0.0.1. Warp Steel Shardstorm with Quick plus Deny. That's interesting, JVL. I haven't considered that before. That sounds kind of hot, though. You could, like, turn 2 deny then? That sounds really interesting. I'm gonna send a message to someone right now. Maddie, literally all you have to do is set it up the way you normally do and then open the API.ini and then change the IP address from the numbers to localhost. I should have attacked with these two. Whatever. This game's pretty over. Make a Rhino, get some cheap denies. Yeah, weird. It always gets like the first output line and then doesn't do anything after that. And I really wasn't sure how to debug it. I haven't really worked with network tools before. No. Stop it. Alright, got him. Ha!